We all know the basics of weight loss, yet why is it so hard to actually lose weight? Are you frustrated with your own weight loss experience? It turns out losing weight is actually pretty damn difficult to do, and more importantly, to maintain. Whether you want to lose 50 pounds, drop 5 pounds, or tone up, this video will provide tips to supercharge the process. My goal is to help you get into better shape by learning from my mistakes and achieving results quicker. I lost 70 pounds in less than a year, and you too can lose weight with 5 changes that are relatively small, yet put together can have a big impact on your weight loss journey. Now, I'm not suggesting you need to lose this much weight, but instead would like to provide effective tools I have used if weight loss is your goal. This can be done without completely overhauling your entire process. Thank you for watching. As always, our goal is to bring practical fitness advice to everyone. I will start with my journey and then share my top tips to help in your own weight loss journey. Stick around to the end, as all are crucial. Now, recently there's been some traction with potential miracle weight loss drugs like Ozempic. Yet at this time, there's more demand than meets current supply. So we should save these drugs for people who really need them, like those with money or just famous people in general. At any rate, I don't believe it's best to rely on drugs alone to help us shed the weight. So the rest of us normal people are stuck with the fundamentals of weight loss. That is to eat less and move more in theory, calorie deficit. Basics that most people know. What have you tried to lose weight? Leave comments below and let us know your successes. We all get stronger from other people's stories. For me, it took small changes done consistently. I started with simply running a quarter of a mile around my neighborhood circle. Now, running might be a stretch as I was out of breath and had to walk most of it. Small runs daily, then over the course of the next year, I ran more and more until I was running 6 to 7 miles a day, most days of the week. Some days I just wanted to quit. Over this time, I ate less, ran more, and eventually lost to 70 pounds. Now, I would not recommend this for everyone, but it does show with commitment to a goal, you can take control of your health. I didn't do all the right things as I starved myself at times and made mistakes that probably hurt my progress. However, knowledge alone does not seem to be quite enough. If that's where you find yourself, stuck and unable to lose weight, the first tip to focus on is the movement part of things. You need to work out. When you work out, I would encourage you to take creatine and pre-workout. Now, you might be thinking, how will this help me lose weight, specifically with supplements? But believe it or not, only a handful of legal supplements have actually been shown to make a big difference in exercise performance. At the top of the list is caffeine, which is in most pre-workouts, followed by creatine. I've left whey protein off the list because if you listen to my other videos, you know how important whey is. It's less of a supplement and more of an actual food, as it comes directly from cow's milk. Now, the first thing coming to mind for weight loss is not usually exercise performance. However, increasing your exercise performance increases the amount of effort when working out, which means more calories burned. Creatine and pre-workouts are not just for those looking to build strength and muscle, but also looking for those to lose weight and build endurance. It turns out pre-workouts and creatine are not just for looking and putting up things on IG for people to see, but actually to take and use. In full transparency, one downside to creatine to be aware of is it can cause some bloating, which is not optimal for weight loss. This happens over time due to its water retaining properties as it works in your body. Luckily, this can be reversed when you cycle off, so feel free to go on and off as needed. You don't have to be on it forever. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please consider giving it a small, weight loss loving thumbs up and subscribe. Share it with your fitness loving friends. In my own weight loss journey, when I started lifting weights, I fell in love with strength training. I lost a lot of the weight initially with just cardio and eating less food, but it was the weightlifting that actually truly sculpted me and helped me to see lasting changes. Eating a little more and running more and more and more would not last forever and was not sustainable. Your body needs plenty of protein and nutrients to function optimally and avoid injury. I started with basic lifts with a coach who was not trained in strength training. I then went to the gym and copied workouts I tore out of magazines. I looked at the pictures of chiseled bodybuilders and wanted to look like this and feel confident. I had no idea what I was doing, and it was truly trial and error as no one really told me what to do. I was a teenage kid. I might have started with the wrong reasons, like just wanting to look better, wanting girls to like me, wanting a beach body, but it soon transitioned into feeling healthier and, cheesy as it sounds, realizing that health is something to not take for granted. As we keep moving along, we'll keep moving as we go to our next tip. We often don't talk about mental health or the psychological aspect of losing weight, but it's so key. Most people know in theory how to lose weight. Knowing and doing are two different things. The struggle is in actually following through and maintaining a healthy weight. This could have to do with many different issues, but it could be in part due to psychological issues and things that people may not want to talk about, big mental barriers. Now, although I have a degree in psychology, I'm not a mental health professional. As always, consult with a healthcare professional first. You want to get help directly from mental health care professionals who can offer you unique insights and support. However, one simple change to help clear the hurdle could be sticking to a schedule by using a calendar or notes on your phone. The goal is simply to plan out your weekly schedule using Google Calendars or your choice of calendar. The reason to do this is to be clear and intentional with making time to go to the gym. In my experience, a goal not written is just an idea. Having specific days and times you commit to working out and then don't miss them. We tell ourselves that health is our top priority, yet often it can be so easy to just say, I have no time to go to the gym, or maybe another time when I am less busy. But if it's part of your schedule and on the calendar, there are no excuses. Personally, I know it can be easy to scroll through Instagram or TikTok for a while, binge watch a show for a few hours, so make the time for something that's really going to make you feel better in the long term. That way, you're confronting head on the I don't have time reason and making it a habit. Make the time for exercise that is exercise alone, even if it means moving a few things around that you like or that are good options, but maybe not best options for your health. Psychologically, this is showing intention and making it a part of your routine. You now have a visual of exercise as part of your schedule, and it's written down. It's integrated with other priorities on your schedule. Just like going to work, going to school, it's something that you have to do. This is proof as a first step that you've prioritized your health and fitness. Being intentional really matters. Seeing this on the calendar may be what you need to motivate you to keep the commitment. Now, keep moving along, pun intended, more to one of our favorite topics of weight loss. Let's talk about dieting, since everyone loves it so much. Counting calories for a while, the vicious cycle of saying, screw this, dieting again, just do a new diet to drop some pounds, yo-yo, do it all over again. Installing, then uninstalling that calorie counter on your phone as the cycle continues. Then filling up your freezer with ice cream, your pantry with chips, then forcing yourself to eat less and less to just drop those stupid pounds as you're chewing on a piece of lettuce. It sucks, plain and simple. All because there's tons of studies showing how calorie deficit works. On a positive note, there are easier ways to do things other than tediously counting calories. Instead of counting each and every single calorie, you can instead just pay attention to how much veggies and protein you have. Simplify the equation. Another thing that researchers and scientists have found is that higher amounts of veggies and protein, especially protein, can lead to greater amounts of weight loss. It's very satiating compared to other carbs and fats. It leaves you feeling more full. The same can be said for veggies, especially green leafy vegetables, which are filling, even when being low in calories, relative to the calorie amount they are filling. Feeling full can help us eat less overall and prevent filling up on other junk. So instead of having to focus on how drastically you need to cut calories, our goal can shift to just eating more protein and veggies. Well, ideally you would want to track portions with these. You can just eyeball it to some extent with something as simple as your hand. I would recommend logging your food as well, just for a little, just like a calendar, scheduling your workout time, seeing the protein and veggies or whatever you're eating written down. It'll help you improve or stick to what you're doing. You can then visualize how you're doing with protein and vegetables, especially if there's room for improvement currently. Maybe this will help you change up what's on your plate with the evidence written down. For example, if you only eat a handful of veggies or 1 or 2 protein servings, add on some fingers or toes tomorrow to your hand size portion. Baby steps will pay off as you add these 2 categories. There's a good chance you will create a calorie deficit by eating more of these 2 without tracking every stupid calorie. Sticking with the theme of protein, this brings me to my 4th tip. This can also help us get more protein. This is to include protein shakes regularly, in particular before your meals. Protein helps us feel more full, eat less calorie, and helps us add and maintain lean muscle. It may not be realistic to gain a lot of muscle when cutting weight, but maintaining a high protein diet, we can at least preserve the muscle we have. If your goal is to look better aesthetically, I'm guessing you probably don't want to lose a lot of muscle. By having a protein shake before a meal, we're going to feel more full and be less likely to overeat. This way we can still hit our protein targets. Not every meal is going to be perfect or have all the protein we need. Leftover pizza and salad won't exactly have all the amino acids needed, and no one is perfect, so grabbing a shake can help out. If you have to grab a leftover pizza, you will eat less of the calorie heavy option as you will have had your protein shake beforehand, or maybe you'll just eat less of the leftover Cinna sticks as well. My final tip is if you're counting all of your dreaded calories, and it does help you, I would just strongly suggest rounding up a little bit. We tend to think we consume less than we actually do, which is why tracking and rounding up will help for some if that's your ideal way to stay accountable. We tend to just suck at counting calories and underreport what we eat. We think we eat less than we do. If you've ever thought that calorie counting didn't work for you, you probably messed up somewhere, just like I keep bench pressing when my shoulder's screaming at me to stop. Just round up what you eat a little bit higher so you can kind of overestimate and have a better estimate. Examples that are tough to guesstimate would be eating at a restaurant, leftovers, scoops of ice cream, food someone else serves you at a family dinner. I mean, you get the picture. When you enter these into your calorie counting app, they're likely just going to be guessing anyways on portion size. So just guess a little higher. It's unlikely to be 100% accurate, yet it should still be better than taking the under. This will help you have one more thing to create that calorie deficit that you're probably tired of hearing about. I'm not telling you to overreport by a ton, but just enough. If the app is coming back lower than you would guess, you might just need to add a little bit. You'll have to go with your gut feeling. Go with your gut before adding more to your gut. There it is, 5 changes that are relatively small, yet collectively can have a big impact on your weight loss journey and success. I hope this will give you purpose as you look at adjustments you can make. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Leave comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like with a thumbs up and subscribe. Please share with your weight loss loving friends. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget your protein, and remember, our goal is to bring practical fitness advice to everyone.